Hello guys, and welcome back to CSI. Um, we're about to start on More Fun Than a Barrel of Corpses.
Something's just come up. We've received a strange call and I want you to check it out. Warwick Brown's the best we have in audio-visual analysis, and this gives you an opportunity to work at his side and benefit from his experience. He's in the lab right now.
Hey, I hear you're the bomb, rookie. I'm Warwick Brown. I could use another pair of ears on this. Some crackpot called our dispatcher and left a vaguely threatening message. Normally we could trace the call, but it's some kind of blocked number, prepaid cell phone card maybe. We do know it was placed within the Vegas phone grid. I got this baby queued up on the computer.
Alright, let's look at it. Oh, this is new. We haven't been in audio analysis before.
Las Vegas Criminalistics Bureau.
I've got more work for you to do.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Can I direct you to the...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
It doesn't sound all that friendly, does it? Click to highlight the parts of the waveform. Let's see if we can isolate any useful sounds.
Well,
Las Vegas Criminalistics Bureau.
really?
I've got more work for you to do.
Sounds like it was digitally altered. No help.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Hey, what's up with that? What was that, an elephant?
Definitely sounds like an elephant.
Can I direct you to...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
Okay, you got your crowd of people, bells and electronic whistles. That'd be a casino. Recognize the melody right away. Okay, here's where you don't have to be as smart as Grissom. We search for the casinos in town with elephant acts.
Of course he would recognize the casino.
Seems we got elephants at the Monaco Casino. Only in Vegas.
Animal Magical Review. Professional animals, wild audience, mystical animal family entertainment, featuring a disappearing elephant. Okay. I was waiting for them to talk and then I realized maybe I should actually go to the crime scene.
You're the trainer here?
Dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. You guys look official.
We're criminalists from the Las Vegas Crime Lab. Our dispatcher caught a threatening call we think may have been made at the casino. Here and back.
Ooh. Okay, let's see what he has to say. Have you seen anybody acting suspicious?
You new in Vegas? Everybody's suspicious in this circus. But I wouldn't say I've seen anything out of the ordinary.
True that. Okay. Let's start. Ooh.
Dumbo is not saying much. He's about as helpful as his trainer was.
Oh, poor Dumbo. Although this is not Dumbo, these ears are too small. Well, there's nothing I can do in here. Fingerprints?
This is doubtful. If our caller used this, we could have traced it. But if Grissom was here, he'd say, be thorough. So, we'll be thorough.
What is that? Nothing? It looks like a carpet floor. Or it looks like a floor. But if you look here, this looks like tire tracks. Can I... like... Oh, I can.
Well, somebody was in a hurry. This may be a long shot, but my gut says we ought to cast this. It's not complete. Might have been smudged by foot traffic.
Like, if I did not pay attention to how it looked before, there's no way I would think this is a tire track. Like, doesn't even look like it. That is so cheaty. Oh.
The dirt around this barrel seems disturbed. Must have been moved. But without a warrant, we need an awful good reason to open it.
Okay. So we should talk to Brass about getting a warrant. I assume. Is that it? I think that's it. So let's talk to Brass, see if we can get a warrant, and then come back, and then we can have a real close look at the crime scene, no?
What can I do for you?
Can you issue a warrant to open the barrel at the casino?
All you have is a mystery barrel at a casino? Sorry, you know I need something more than that to get you a warrant.
Or not? Okay. Well... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can get to use the, no. This one. On the thing. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Oh, that's sweet.
Heat signature. Looks like somebody's in there. Let's open it. Now. Oh, damn. This is not good. Looks like our caller just graduated from prankster to murderer.
Yeah. Who needs a warrant when we have this? Wait.
Looks like she's broken out in a rash of some kind. It's concentrated around her nose. Was she sick?
It's kind of like the money, no? I don't think we can swab a rash.
We can't use that here.
Yeah. We can't.
These stains. Could be she picked them up from something inside the barrel. But they also could have gotten there when she first hit the ground. Or maybe she was dragged, pulled along, through the dirt, or whatever else she was lying in.
Nice. So this looks like dust. That would be this one, no?
This stain looks like soil.
Does it? Yeah, it looks like dirt. Then there's also this.
Sticky. Brownish looking.
No, that does not look brown. It looks green. What? And I also partially expected to swab it. Okay. I'm gonna double check the scene now. Okay, let's head to the morgue. I couldn't find anything else, like nothing. So morgue.
Ah, good. Hoping to talk to the two of you. Just finished my examination of your victim.
Can you determine the cause of death?
Cardiac arrest due to severe anaphylactic shock. Bee sting allergy or similar anyway. No signs of an insect sting, but it hit her respiratory system hard. I'll know for sure after the autopsy, but my educated guess, death due to a violent allergic reaction to something environmental.
Meaning, she could have died by accident, but you don't accidentally stumble into a barrel. Was she allergic to anything?
Hay fever. Pulled her records after I saw the swelling, the redness around her sinus region. Did a nasal swab. Pollen present.
Can you determine time of death?
Recent, but hard to figure out from body temp since the barrel could have trapped heat. No rigor mortis yet, so it must have been within the last 6 hours.
Well, we got a call, too. Okay, let's take all of our evidence to Greg.
Hey, Greg. We need your help. Pronto.
I'm your man. My man.
Okay, let's look at the dirt stain.
Dirt's some kind of plant soil. Different from the kind you'd find in an elephant pen.
I didn't expect it to come from an elephant pen. What? Okay, and then the sticky stain?
Sap. Oh, no offense, guys. Hard to narrow down just what type of tree. Best match I can make is a variety of red oak.
Okay. We have no documents. Those are prints, but we do have the pollen swab. Yes.
What we have here is pollen. But, and here it gets interesting, not from a single species. Quite an exotic mix, really. Pinch of Spanish bayonet, dash of tiger aloe, sprinkle gently with cholla cactus, and voila, a sneezer salad. Printed all the ingredients out for you. Check with Brass, though. He can help track all these down.
Sneezer salad? Really? Okay, so we'll take that document to Brass. Let's first look at these, though. Print from the phone, which really shouldn't matter. But, yeah. Yeah, no results.
Nothing. Either our perp isn't in APHIS, or these prints are somebody else's.
Somebody else what? It's... That makes no sense. Okay, and the tire treads?
Okay. Not an exact match, but at least we're narrowing this baby down. Somebody driving a small pickup or SUV. That's who we're looking for.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk to Brass now. About the list of... What's it called? No. List of flora. That's... Oh my god.
Work this case hard and smart and make it go away. Fast.
Who was the victim?
It's not so much who she was, as who her father is. Carlo Benedetti. She was, Sophia Benedetti. Daddy's a major Vegas player, and I'm not talking slot machines. 3 casinos on the Strip, including the Monaco, 2 more downtown, a regional airline, and that's just Nevada. Right now he's in Singapore closing a deal. Numbers the mayor and our governor among his closest friends. So, you know, no pressure, guys.
Yeah, no pressure. When was the victim reported missing?
Last night, Sophia never showed up for a fundraising dinner. I got people out interviewing her friends, see what we can turn. Let you know if we get anything but a handful of air.
Can we get a warrant to search Sophia's home?
Don't hold your breath. She lived with her parents, and we're already getting pressed by the family and his honor's office to keep this one under the radar and out of the papers. You give me a good reason, I'll get you in there. Otherwise, sorry.
Yeah, that's so strange, because even if she lives in someone else's house, we should still be allowed to look, at least inside of her room. Okay. What can you tell us about this list of flora pollen?
Blackfoot daisy, Madagascar, periwinkle. Not many indigenous to Nevada on this list. Sophia was reported missing yesterday, so it's not possible she could have traveled recently to all of the location sources of these species. You're looking for a garden? Try the Desert Demonstration Gardens.
Okay. It gives us a new location to check out, which we definitely gonna do.
Okay. The pollen in the victim's system tells us she may have been here shortly before she died. The greenskeeper reported seeing a woman matching Sophia's description around this area. Let's treat it like a crime scene and process it.
Okay, are we allowed to just process it then? Okay. Well, let's see what we can find.
Damn, it's locked.
Well, if it was a crime scene, we should be able to get in there. Guess we're not. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? If you knew what I was doing right now, I'm so close to the monitor, you have no idea.
Small hair. But we could just be looking at someone's garbage.
Yeah, it's a trash can. It could literally be anything. But you know, if Grissom was here. Okay. Can I pick up the entire thing? Yes. Can I pick up anything else? Probably not. I can't.
We can't use that here.
Yeah, like, I can't see any reason to. Well, these are definitely tire marks. Oh, it's this.
Let's take a sample of that dirt back to the lab. Have Greg try and match it to the stains we found on Sophia's pants.
Yeah, I was about to say this.
We can't use that here.
Do you want me to swab it?
We can't use that here.
No, you tweezed the dirt. Okay, but I want to look at this.
Tire treads in the dust.
So dust, that's not... this. The electrostatic dust print lifter. Oh, it's boring. It made no sound. I wanted, like, good sound.
The grass is flattened here. Consistent with someone lying on it recently. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Okay.
We can't use that here.
So we get no... We don't get anything from the grass. Unless I need to go closer, but I can't. Because she had grass stains too. Alright, I double checked the area, I can't find anything. So let's take the evidence back to Greg.
Hey guys, what's up?
Not much. Tissue?
As used tissue goes, this one's fresh. Nasal discharge clear and yellow. Means not a cold. Allergy sufferer, most likely. But I found something else. White powder traces.
Drugs? We're not talking coke.
Not recreational, medicational. C5H9N3, Maximine. Experimental drug treatment used in clinical trials. Serious health issues. Malignant melanoma, certain forms of leukemia.
Oh. Well, Doc Robbins didn't see anything about her having a serious medical issue. Okay, let's compare the dirt.
What we have here, children, is soil. Perfect for our prickly pal, the cactus plant. Now prepare to adore me even more than you already do, for I have matched the sample from the garden to the dirt on the Vic's pants.
Well, positive match to the dirt stain on the victim's clothes. Okay, so she was there, which we already figured since the groundskeeper said he saw someone that looked like her. It's good to get the validation.
Luckily, the follicle was fairly complete. though I needed the thermocycler to amp the DNA. But I got a stronger sample now. On the other hand, a coded search came up bupkis, and I'm waiting for Doc Robbins to send over the Vic's DNA to do a comparison. Want to help speed things up? Go over and get that sample from the morgue.
Okay. I'll do just that, but I'll look at the tire print first.
Sometimes the magic works. We got an all-season, standard or the current L160 pickups, which means we've narrowed things down to the few hundred around the state.
Just a few hundred suspects. Is that all? See if we can compare these two. They're both pickups.
Well, not definite, but not bad. 70% match through the all-season. Might help us build our case.
Might. Okay, so let's head to the morgue to get those samples and then come back here.
Yes?
Oh yeah, did the victim show any signs of cancer?
Cancer? Certainly not. This was a very healthy young woman, apart from her allergies.
Any traces of maxamine in her blood?
First, maxamine's a trade name. What you mean is histamine dichloride. It can be hard to detect that drug. We all naturally have histamines in our systems. In this case, however, our victim's levels were off the charts, which would have made her hypersensitive to certain allergic environments. A stroll through a garden could have killed her.
Then why would she go there? Okay. How common is maxamine?
Histamine dichloride is still an experimental treatment for cancer. Only pharmacists and patients in clinical trials would even have access to it.
Can you give us a sample of the victim's DNA for Greg to analyze?
Timing is everything. I was just preparing one. Here you go.
Does that mean we get a strand of her hair too? No, because I wanted to compare that hair with her hair. Okay. Back to the lab we go.
What do you need? So here's the upshot. The victim's DNA matches the mucus in the tissue, thus the tissue is used by the victim. The hair is not a match, but its former owner might have well had contact with the victim, and not long before her death.
Well, at least if her hair ended up inside of the tissue.
We know the tissue our victim used had maxamine on it. So whoever wanted Sophia dead sprinkles the tissue with the drug and makes sure she uses it. Walking through the garden, Sophia's allergies kick in big time. She's thrown into acute anaphylactic shock as the histamines flood through her bloodstream. In seconds, she's dead.
That's a horrible way to go.
Yes?
Okay, well, we need to find out how she could have gotten the drugs on her.
What can I do for you?
Any local clinical trials for maxamine?
Not that pops up. That drug is in phase 2. Only a few small test groups around the country.
Any pharmacists in town carrying maxamine?
Just one, on Town Center Drive in Summerlin.
Well, we're definitely gonna have to talk to them.
Las Vegas Crime Lab. You're the pharmacist here?
Yes, Lita Callisto. Is this an investigation of some kind?
Yes, it is, Miss Callisto. It's a murder investigation. We'd like your help. Few questions.
Did Sophia Benedetti get her prescriptions filled here?
Benedetti. I'll check. Nope. We don't have that name on file. On the other hand, she could be one of our over-the-counter customers. Big part of our business.
Do you carry maxamine?
Maxamine. I'm not familiar with that, but I'll take a look. Well, I guess we do carry it. Or anyway, we did. Had one order placed for that product not long ago, but it was filled, picked up.
By who? Yeah, who placed the order?
According to the database, Dr. Edward Wilkinson.
When did you last see Dr. Wilkinson? What kind of question is that? How would she know? Like, what?
Not for a while, but he's probably at his downtown office.
Like, how often do a pharmacist know all the doctors?
Anything else? I have to finish some work. I get off soon. Hope I was of some help.
Anyways, let's go talk to the good doctor.
Dr. Wilkinson, I'm Warwick Brown from the Las Vegas Crime Lab. We've got a few questions for you.
Always glad to cooperate with the police, but you'll have to move it along. I have patients waiting.
Did you know the victim?
I knew her, yes, in that she was a patient. You do understand, of course, that medical information is privileged. Do you have a court-issued subpoena? Otherwise, I'm not free to discuss my patient's medical history.
Have you ordered Maxamine?
Maxamine? I'm a GP, not an oncologist. What use would I have for Maxamine?
Do you own a truck?
My second car is a pickup, L160 model, about a month old.
That's good to know. Does anyone else have keys to your truck?
You know, I'm not sure how to answer that. There are 2 spare sets, and my wife keeps one for emergencies. But the other one, about a week ago, I noticed it was missing from my keychain. Maybe it fell off. It must be in the house somewhere.
Where do you keep your truck?
In my garage at home, of course. Like I said, it's a second car. I did take some firewood out to my ranch recently. It's the first time I actually hauled anything in it.
Rich doctor, house, big truck, for, second car, and ranch. Where were you when the crime was being committed?
My wife and I were together, grocery shopping. It's a little ritual. Every week, something we do as a couple.
I suppose she can back that up?
Ask her. She should be at home right now. Be my guest.
We will. Also, that's quite a couple's ritual. You couldn't go to the movies or out to dinner. No, grocery shopping.
Yes, may I help you?
Warwick Brown, Mrs. Wilkinson, Las Vegas Crime Lab. Your husband suggested we speak to you.
What would you like to know?
Like, talk about the truck last, I think. Does your husband ever discuss his patients with you?
If you mean, has Edward ever violated doctor-patient confidentiality? Absolutely not. We're close, Edward and I, but his professional ethics, well, they're impeccable.
I think that's a answer that everyone would give either way. Has Dr. Wilkinson ever mentioned the name Sophia Benedetti?
I have nothing to say where that little tramp is concerned.
That little tramp, Mrs. Wilkinson, has been murdered. That's why we're here.
I don't wish that on anyone, murder. But some people bring bad things on themselves. Look, you're gonna find out anyway, so I'll tell you. She tried to come between Edward and me. She was a spoiled brat who thought she could have any man she wanted.
I want to ask, was she successful? Okay, the alibi. Was your husband with you at the time of the crime?
Oh, yes. And there were plenty of witnesses at the grocery store where we were shopping. Is my husband in some sort of trouble?
Do you have reason to think he might be?
Of course not. Edward is as wonderful a husband as he is a physician. And you must know what an outstanding reputation he has in this community.
I understand how important it is for you that he keeps his reputation. Anyways, is your husband's truck here?
It's in the garage. Go ahead and look. You don't need a warrant. No one here's done anything.
Thank you, we will.
As advertised, it's an L160 4.6-liter V8 engine, standard transmission. Nice wheels for a second car, huh? Only a couple hundred clicks on the odometer.
Okay. Can I lift these?
Tires, all seasons.
Is it out dust again?
We can't use that here.
Oh god. Trace materials? What? That makes no sense. Oh.
Wood chips. Well, that backs up Wilkinson saying he hauled firewood in the truck.
Let's get a sample of that. Ew.
Thick and sticky. Greg will tell us what it is.
Yeah, it looks like sap.
Receipt for firewood. Remember the good old days when you chopped your own? No date on it, but the order was phoned in. If need be, we can ask Brass to pull phone records for us and find exactly when the good doc called in the order.
Like before or after? Well, we have access to the truck. Not much else. Okay. Maybe we should check that. No, let's check the evidence first.
What do you need?
Oh yeah, the sap.
This is your everyday, run-of-the-mill red oak sap. Now, the sap you brought from the truck matches the sap on the Vic's clothes. Very likely she was in the back of the pickup.
Oh.
Sorry, can't do anything with that.
I figured you couldn't since it's, you know, good already.
Little bits of oak, dried apparently. Firewood.
Actually use the tire print.
All-season tires from Wilkinson's truck. Not a big surprise.
Yeah, it's not really. We knew that already. Let's compare it to all of these.
It's a perfect match to the tracks from the garden. The doc, or the doc's truck, that is, has spent some time here recently.
Well, he had an alibi.
They follow Sophia in the gardens and wait. Before they know it, their prey passes out. They toss her in the back of the truck and drive her lifeless body to the casino loading bay. There, they slide her body off the bed and into a barrel. Of course, this whole theory fizzles if Wilkinson picked up the firewood after Sophia's murder. We should prove that wasn't the case.
Yeah. Can I, even though they're all lit up, can I still compare it to this one? Okay. Well, all of these are good. All of these are good. Now let's talk to Brass about the order of firewood.
Getting a lot of pressure from the mayor's office on this one, as you might well expect. So, we put some extra resources on it. A worker at the Desert Gardens claims to have found something important. And Grissom is checking that out. He'll brief us when he gets back. Meantime, keep at it.
Okay. Can you find out when Dr. Wilkinson called the firewood company?
Let me pull his cell phone records and see. He called for that order 3 days ago. But wait, just 1 minute. He was placing several calls a day to that pharmacy for a while there. That pharmacist and Wilkinson may not be telling all just yet.
Oh, maybe he was doing a little aside with a pharmacist too. The disgruntled wife seems like a good suspect then, but also all these people that kept lying to us.
I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys. Ms. Callisto, we would like to ask you a few more questions.
Yeah. We'd like you to fill in a few of the blanks you left last time we talked.
Are you having an affair with Dr. Wilkinson?
No, but I was before last week when he got paranoid about his wife finding out. Typical of the breed, you know. Promised me the moon, then weasels back to wifey. Now I don't exist to him. Who cares?
Last week, you say? That's about the time the doc's spare truck key did a David Copperfield and vanished.
I'm sure that would be fascinating to someone who gave a damn.
Wow. She's really aggressive for someone sitting inside interrogation. Um, Anything else to tell us about Dr. Wilkinson's Maximine order?
He scribbled, I read his lousy writing, filled his prescription, he picked it up.
When did you last see Dr. Wilkinson's truck?
I saw it parked outside the hospital last week.
Nothing unusual about it?
It's a pickup truck. It wasn't the Rose Bowl float. Well, there was some scuffing in the back, dented even. Maybe he'd been hauling firewood or something.
Interesting you should bring that up.
And I'm sure you'll tell me why.
Dr. Wilkinson ordered that load of firewood 2 days ago.
This is so fascinating. I'm starting to wish I took notes.
You see, Lita, only somebody who'd seen that truck very recently would know about those scuffs and dents. Maybe somebody who used the truck to haul something heavy. A body in a barrel, say?
You're crazy. Do I look like a killer to you?
You're starting to.
Good answer. DNA sample?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Can I get a hair sample too? No. Okay, now let's talk to the other two.
What can I do for you?
Like Dr. Wilkinson.
No problem. He was playing doctor with Sophia, and his truck was at the gardens. Let's do it. Dr. Wilkinson, we're looking at the evidence and seeing a big arrow pointing in your direction.
Make it easier on everyone, and yourself included, and just level with us. What do you say, Doc?
Did you have an affair with Sophia?
She was a beautiful young woman and she flattered me. Ever hear of a midlife crisis? She was mine. My wife found out, and I realized how foolish I'd been and broke it off with a girl. I didn't tell you because of how it looked.
And how does it look now?
I know I didn't kill the girl. She just didn't mean that much to me, frankly.
The evidence tells a different story, Doctor.
Also, your wife kind of lied. She just said she tried to get in between you, not... anyways. Why was sap from your truck found on the victim's body?
What? Are you saying... Was Sophia's body in my truck? That's not possible. What kind of a frame-up is this anyway? It's outrageous.
What about your relationship with Lita Callisto?
You know about that, do you? Okay, so I have a roving eye, and maybe the rest roves along too sometimes. That doesn't mean I killed anybody. But, look, keep this from my wife, would you?
No, I'd very much like to talk to your wife now.
Of course. Haven't I been straight with you here? I'm trying to cooperate. Ask anybody. I take my civic responsibilities very seriously.
Yeah, but not your marital ones. Okay. Now let's talk to the good wife.
Need me for something?
Yeah.
Well, she had access to this truck. She didn't love the victim and didn't seem terribly surprised about the murder. A judge will okay bringing her in. Mrs. Wilkinson, you were not the biggest fan of our murder victim.
And the details of the crime indicate you may have been involved in the murder.
What an outrageous, ludicrous spectacle you people are making of yourselves.
When did you last drive your husband's truck?
Oh, let me see. I believe it was... Oh, yes, that's right. Never.
You've never driven it. Your husband says you have a spare set of keys.
I do, but I couldn't drive it if my life depended on it. It's a stick shift, and I'm strictly an automatic female.
That is... okay. Have you ever heard the name Lita Callisto?
No, can't say I have. She wouldn't be another one of Edward's little chippies, would she? If so, she's free to get herself murdered too, as far as I'm concerned.
DNA sample?
Why, certainly. Anything I can do to help the forces of justice in their efforts to disrupt our lives, trample our good reputation, and violate our privacy.
Okay. So, because of the bug, I'm gonna make sure I talk to everyone again.
Need me for something? I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys.
Do you know about Dr. Wilkinson's affair with Sophia?
You want to know if I'm surprised Edward was shacking up with some poor little rich girl young enough to be his daughter? Yeah, I'm just blown away. Stunned.
Did he break it off with you, Lita? To take up with Sophia?
That's one of those rhetorical questions, right? You're not really looking for an answer.
What about your phone calls to Lita Callista?
Oh, gee, that's a tough one. I'm a doctor and she's a pharmacist. How could that ever happen?
We already know about your affair. What?
I'm afraid I can't help you anymore.
Good. Now let's look the evidence.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
And we have a winner! Lita's DNA matches the hair found in the tissue.
Good to know. That means everyone else's is not going to match.
The doctor is out. Hair from the tissue package doesn't match the guy. Not a match. Hair from the tissue is not Mrs. Wilkinson's.
Okay.
Yes? I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys.
Your DNA matches the evidence on the tampered tissue.
Which you seem to find meaningful. I don't.
It's meaningful, all right. Meaning you had access to the truck and to the tissue that killed Sophia Benedetti, and you even had a motive.
If I had a grudge, and I don't, it wouldn't be with that little slut.
That's right. Your grudge was with the doctor, not his rich girl patient.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it went something like this. That was an opportunity you were prepared for. You already forged the Maximine order in Wilkinson's name and sprinkled some of the stuff on a tissue packet, unaware a tiny hair of yours had drifted down onto one of them.
The day Sophia went to the gardens, you gave her the package of tissues. She thinks you're being nice, but really you've just signed her death sentence.
You leave the pharmacy and go out to Wilkinson's and borrow the truck. You know he and his missus are on their weekly grocery trip.
Just a matter of time, right? Before Sophia's allergies kicked in, and she'd wipe or blow her nose with one of those deadly tissues.
You were right there and waiting, ready when she collapsed. And you drove over and slid her up on the truck bed and into the barrel.
The drop-off at the casino didn't take long, and no one noticed as vehicles were coming and going.
The truck was back in the garage before the Wilkinsons could even know it was missing.
You're a smug pair, aren't you?
You killed a young woman just to get back at your ex-lover. What's more smug than that?
Stop. I'll bust out crying.
Can I get you a tissue?
Good job. Another sicko off the streets. Strange, though. I don't get why she tipped us about that body to begin with. It almost feels like she was playing with us somehow. Anyway. Well, Rookie, Grissom's still out in the field, so I'll do your review on this case.
Well, that's new.
Looks like you left no stone unturned.
Yay.
Too bad Grissom couldn't be here to see this.
Okay. Let's look at these. Warwick Brown. The animal trainer. The doctor. Brass. Well, it's the casino loading bay. Doctor's office. The death of Sophia Benedetti. That's cool. Alright. Well, next time we're going to Lita Swansong. She's in jail. Which should be interesting. Yeah. That should also be the last one. Should be fun. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.